More now on the rise of right-wing extremism. We turn to Clayborne Carson in California. He's a professor of history at Stanford University. Professor, what, or maybe I should say, who is to blame for the rise of right-wing extremism in this country?
Well, I think whenever you have a major social movement, and I put that in plural, movements, you're going to have a reaction to it. The question is whether the reaction is violent or not. I mean, you're going to have a lot of political argument, but you don't want those arguments to become violent, and that's what has happened. And I think the incitement to violence is something that's very dangerous in any country.
But what's behind it? Who's responsible for this rise that we've seen?
Well, we've known for some time that the Americans are divided. We've known for many years that our elections are very close, usually decided by a few percentage points, and that's good for democracy. But it also means that the arguments are very intense because they're trying to get that 2% or 3% on their own side. And I think that's also why there's been interference with the electoral system in terms of trying to suppress the vote on one side or the other. And I think that's what's dangerous when you try to rig elections. And one of the things that's ironic about President Trump is that he claimed the election was rigged against him, but in fact the American political system is rigged to favor a candidate favored by rural voters rather than urban voters. So if anything, the system is rigged for a candidate like Trump.
I'm not sure if I understand what you're saying, but let me move on to QAnon, which is, go ahead.
Let me just explain that the election for president is by electoral votes, and electoral votes are distributed not according to population, but according to state. And so you have a very rural state with very little population has the same power as a larger state with an urban population. So I think that's something that makes the system rigged in favor of more conservative candidates. And what happened in the last election was
okay, I just don't want to use the word rigged here because people might get the wrong idea. Let's just focus on the topic at hand, which is a rise in this nationalistic right-wing extremism in this country. Let me give you an example of a congresswoman from Georgia, a QAnon supporter. As you know, they believe in deep state, nonsense, conspiracy theories. Hear what she had to say before she got elected to Congress. This is a member of the United States Congress, Professor. Take a listen.
There is an Islamic invasion into our government offices right now, okay? You saw after midterm elections, we saw so many Muslims elected. I don't know the exact number, but there were quite a few. We had that woman out of Minnesota. Now she's going into Congress and she's got to wear a head covering. You know, they want to put their hand on the Quran and be sworn in? No.
Wow. Okay, so clearly this woman is a racist, and she was elected to U.S. Congress, talking about Congresswoman Ilhan Omar with those very derogatory, racist words. Your reaction? We're electing people like this.
Yes, we are. And of course, they deserve to get elected if they could convince people in their state to vote for them. And it reflects the cultural diversity of the United States.
To be a racist, sir?
No. I'm talking about the person from Minnesota who was elected.
I'm talking about this woman who made the racist comments about Congresswoman Ilhan Omar.
Yes, I understand that. But I think that the thing that's interesting to me is whenever you have cultural change going on in the society, you're going to have people who are going to react violently against that. I think the unfortunate thing is that the woman from Georgia was elected, and people in that state chose to have her as their representative. And that indicates that the divisions in the United States are very serious.
divisions, racism, and so much more. Clayborne Carson, thank you very much.